Hello and welcome to the Carbitrage Podcast, episode 300.
Woo!
I cannot believe we have been doing this for 300 episodes.
Woo!
We've probably talked about that much pre-war shit in the last 5.5 years.
The bell was making weird noises. I don't want to break it.
Oh no, not our bell. We only have the one.
I know.
Heaven forbid we have to go on Prime and get another one. Anyway, thanks everyone for sticking with us for 300 episodes. I'm sure we've lost listeners along the way, and we've probably gained a whole bunch more, but a lot of you have been here from the very beginning, giving us constructive feedback and topics and guest spots. So
no, I'm very happy to spend 300 episodes doing this with you.
It's incredible, and hopefully we have a bunch more.
I
in
feel
the
like
future.
if I didn't do this, I would care significantly less about cars than I currently do.
Probably. It forces us to remain privy to things going on in the car world. And to your point, we would let it just, I'm sure, lapse because we're both so burnt out on car show culture and everything. Who cares?
Yeah. Actually, funny enough, I was talking to Darren about this on Facebook, and I've found a Facebook group that is honestly the thing that's keeping me on the site at this point in time.
Okay.
I need to get the exact name.
Oh my God, is Facebook a ghost town?
It is really bad.
Incredible. I posted a video, I don't know if you saw it, but
Nope.
I posted a video of the Dodge Caravan flying down my uncompleted street at 40 miles an hour, trying to jam it in park and ditching it over the brand new
That's
curb.
incredible.
The passenger bailed out of the van.
Wow.
It's
Okay.
incredible. It is probably the best video I've ever captured in front of my house, and that is saying something.
Facebook is just ads at this point, and it's barely usable. The group I wanted to talk about is called
Just give me the name first.
Early 2000s Tuning Dash Sell, Show Off, and More Ellipsis. That.
Okay. Oh my
And
God.
it
Is that a
is-
fucking Veilside?
Yeah. No, it's actually really cool. It's really wholesome. It's a bunch of dudes that had big body kit cars in the 90s. And
Are you
the
going to
group
buy
is
that car locally?
no, but I do have a
okay.
Civic that I've been on and off throwing a Kaminari body kit on it. So the Kaminari, you should Google the Kaminari EF body kit.
How do you spell that company?
Kaminari EF's body kit.
Images.
Their images are very poorly. Type in hatchback because the hatchback they all they all have slightly different ones. Hey, look at that!
It's even your color.
With my wheels.
Open a new tab.
Don't worry, the actual image is that big.
Image. We'll just leave it on this then. The website's actually kind of nice looking. Let me add this to our capture here so everyone else can see it.
That's a good looking body kit.
Actually, it looks like OEM Plus. If you had told me that this was an SIR or something, I would have
the Kaminari body kit looks really good. I've been throwing that on my car, and the early 2000s buy sell show off group has really been.
Are you gonna go get a really old Motec ECU to power it too, just for giggles?
I actually have a really weird old ECU. I've been looking. I forgot the name of it, but I have it at my parents' house.
Does it require an RS-232 to tune it?
No.
Oh, wow.
But it does require a ThinkPad. The only program that can tune the ECU is a 32-bit OS.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Windows XP is getting a workout then.
But yeah, I've thrown that around getting that. But anyway,
All right.
It's the early 2000s buy sell show off Facebook group.
Yeah.
It's really wholesome because it's a lot of people that had super cool cars back in the day.
That's when we cared about car culture.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's big body kit stuff. But the thing is, these are people that actually put in time to do their thing. It's not LEDs and stickers are now a build. If you put wheels on your car, you're big pimping right now. These are here's my DA Integro with SW20 taillights.
Right. Oh, God.
Which we hated back in the day, but now I see it, I'm shit. That with the
That's
Era
very
Bunny,
well executed.
I'm that with the Era Bunny body kit kind of looks really dope.
This is turning into hot rodding in a way, or low riding even. The
Yeah.
attention to detail of the build is going into a show me what you can do, not what you can buy and bolt on your car
And
culture.
even then, if you do bolt it on, great.
do
something though.
What about that Sienna locally that's got the S-type front end? That's just super weird.
Sienna?
There's a Toyota Sienna with a Jaguar S-type front end.
Oh, I've seen that one. That one's awesome. Yeah.
It's really well done.
Yeah. I have no idea what's going on with that car. It's a random mom that drives it too.
And it gets a lot of miles.
I
'cause it
want
gets
that
spotted all
very
the time.
badly.
I can tell by your eyes.
Quite badly want that
genuinely
vehicle.
have desire
I
for
would
that vehicle.
absolutely. I would get that and I'd turn that into a show van, 100%. Because I think actually that might be a Mitsuoka front end.
I don't think so. It's been in people incorrectly put that in the shit posting whatever group. I don't know what was that on Facebook. Just people posting like really trash and screwed up cars.
I avoid those groups. Because my Facebook
Miguel
feed,
kept getting spotted in those.
Oh, Im and Shittus. That group sucked.
Yep.
No, so my thing with Facebook is I've been just like leaving. I've just been not interacting with things. I curate it the same way I curate my ads, where it's like if I Google something, I make sure I Google something and let it like figure it out what I want, and then like 2 weeks later, instead of actually having to do the research for myself, Google's just shown me what I want.
Sure.
And I'm like, yeah, that's actually what I was looking for. Thank you.
You've now curated yourself as a
product.
product.
The early 2000s buy sell show off group is just so great because it's like, hey guys, here's my DSM that I had, and it made like 300 horsepower back in the day. I'm like, that's cool. That's like normal DSM power. All right. And he's like,
it was achievable with worse.
He's
engine
like,
management.
yeah. So I put a Targa top on it, and it's just removable roof panel on it, and a giant body kit. He goes, here's a picture of my car at Nope.
Targa DSM.
Yeah, he's like, here's a picture of my car at Nope in like 2001. And I'm like, whoa,
I haven't
what?
heard Nope in forever.
Yeah, no, it's
dude.
like Nope style cars. Wow. It's really, really, really good.
Okay.
And
especially if they're cars that actually were like modified in period and they still have them. And people are going back and like making them nice again.
No, that's literally what this is. Yeah.
That's pretty good.
It's like this is like.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Like,
oh god, those blitz
like
wheels
that.
and shit.
Oh yeah, like.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no, it's really, really, really good. This guy's like, hey, here's some cars I had like back in the day, in the 2000s, like big body kit Integra, like scissor doors. Like this is the stuff I liked when I was a kid, and then like we were too cool for it for like too long. But I'm like, you know what? Like, give me the nostril hood on a EM1. Like, I kind of miss those.
I actually bought a Veilside kit for my MR2, but I sold the car before I had the money.
I remember
to, like,
that you
have it
did
put
that.
on.
Yeah. It's probably for the best.
Yes.
Because that car is very nice.
Yep.
Here's yeah, that's actually a really good EG.
Oh my god, those
kit.
Wheels. Are those Koenigs or Motegs?
I don't know, Antera or something. Like, I love this style so much.
How many 7-inch TFTs are in that bad boy?
I know, right?
How many? Ryan?
How many?
How much fiberglass is in the back of that car?
How many Nintendos do you have in this car, sir? Like, some of my favorite things are like, yeah, I was running like nitrous on my car, like back when you could actually find nitrous for cars, and they're like, yeah, I was running nitrous on my car, and like it was cool, like being able to like bracket race, and then like get to the final stage. And then hit the spray on my car when I knew the other guy had spray, and then let off right before the finish line, and he's still spraying, and he breaks out, and I get the award. I'm like, yeah, that's fucking cool. Like, you both are going like 16 seconds, maybe, possibly, but like you had a really good time doing that. You did that in a really goofy way, and I love that. Like, I'd rather see a cool 16-second car than like a boring, like one boring 6-second car, and then a bunch of people with like shitty cars with LEDs.
Much rather take my old first MR2 and do quarter miles in it than my Tesla. Like, it's not even close.
No, like stuff like this is so
much slower.
It's so much. It's like this stuff's slow, but it's like fun. Here we go. Here's the DSM. So yeah, Targa top DSM, Eric.
Oh my god!
When you look,
what did he get the Targa top out of? Is it all custom?
No, he cut the roof off.
Well, I understand, but like, did he take like a Mark IV Supra Targa top and then just make it work, or
nope,
is it?
He cut the roof panel off, and then he put
so he
put
made
little
like
clamps on it, and he could put the roof back on.
Oh,
Yep. That's pretty great.
Not mad.
I'm just sharing this.
I can't imagine that car was well enough made to really support that, but
It doesn't matter.
no.
It's a show car.
Does the top
I'm
go
having
back
a
on?
very difficult time making this happen, but if you look, there's the car. I'm trying to make this happen. I'm sorry, but yeah,
Everyone
the
that
top-
listens to us
no,
knows
it's the top. The top goes back on, and then I was looking in the background. I'm like, hey, what's that in the background? Oh, that's just LJ Garcia's EK, and the LJ Garcia EK to big body kit cars is the Hero Honda Mercury of like
Oh my God.
customs. Like, this is the car that made. So if you Google LJ Garcia EK. Like, you literally just have to type that. LJ Garcia, EK. There you go. Yeah.
I definitely. Oh yeah, I've seen this car.
Yes,
Yep.
this
Well,
is
not
like
in person, but
yeah, no, this is the ultimate big body kit car, and yeah, that's cool as hell. So
I love how terribly that fits. But it's
well,
my
no,
intention.
no, actually, this is a modern reshoot of the car. They found the car
Nice.
all torn apart. LJ Garcia apparently like sold it to somebody, and that guy just like sat on it and then just like didn't touch it, and like had the intention of doing stuff and then just like didn't.
Okay.
But no, it actually fit very cleanly, like when it was new.
Okay, so they took one photo of the car. Got it.
Well, if you go back and you look at the other,
Well, that's fine. I mean,
this whole story was about finding it.
Yeah.
And so if you go back to the Google and then go to images, you'll find no shortage of them on that car. But like, it actually fit like decently. Like you have to understand that like all this stuff
that
is
is a
bolt-on.
photo taken with a 1 megapixel camera in
Yep.
2001.
That looks awesome.
Oh,
I'm
God,
so
the
here
eyebrows.
for it. I'm so here for this.
Oh, the eyebrows are so bad.
So it was turbocharged V16.
Nice.
This made, I think it was 350 horsepower, which
That's
is like
a lot of power in
there's a
the day.
shitload of power today
Yeah.
in a Civic.
I remember when like Hector had Grimace. I loved that car.
Yeah.
And that thing was like 350 to the tire, and it
Yeah.
was fast.
Yeah.
Really fast.
Yeah, no, 350 in a Civic can get you into a 10. Josh, I think, got like a 1095 in that car while it's driving it. Yeah.
But
Like,
that thing was so clean. I loved the color. Just it wasn't a body kit car, but I mean,
no, my friend Dylan built it. Yeah.
Nice.
It was,
so good.
was a
I
very
miss
cool car.
Grimace. That
Yeah.
was a great car. But anyway, yeah, this. I'm sure this sort of thing will make a general resurgence because if that showed up at a car show, I would not care about anything else at the car show.
no, that's the coolest thing in the freaking world. And like I said, like in a world where everybody just has like mom's Passat and
Right.
they bought some LEDs off Amazon and some like
How much can I modify while it's still on lease?
yeah, and some like edgy stickers and like possibly
At the bottom of the
maybe-
windshield.
Yeah, maybe quite possibly if you try really, really, really hard, you save up all your pennies, you might be able to get a set of Vox wheels from Discount Tire. Whoa! Yeah, no, like
They
I,
had to order these bad boys out of the Ohio store. All right.
yeah,
They
that
don't have
car
them local.
That car is cool as hell. So yeah, I absolutely love that stuff. Anyway,
Anyway, I have
300
no,
episodes, 5 years.
I was
It's
gonna
been
say,
a long time.
no idea how we tangented into there, but that's the thing we do.
Yep,
We do
I'm
tangents.
drinking a Hams. You're drinking a Youngling.
Yingling, head on over to patreon.com/Carbitrage. We got some open-ended levels of support just to help us buy beer, pay hosting costs, things like that. If you want to help us out, fantastic. If not, just keep listening.
Woo. All right. Anyway,
All right. Oh, my God.
I want to talk about Suzuki and Isuzu and how great they are. Because I always defend the Chevette because Isuzu made it. And they're like, it's just, how much better could it be? I'm like, it's this much better. You have to understand, this exact car that you're looking at, this is a
Yep.
factory color, A. B, this is how the car came from the factory
Yes.
in 1980.
Oh, the twin... Dude, that looks like an SR20.
That is a dual overhead cam fuel injected engine that made 130 horsepower
Oh, yeah. AFM. This was
Yep.
high tech for 1980.
in 1980, and this is technically a Chevette. It's called the Isuzu Jimny ZZR, and people in Japan know what they're fucking worth.
Apparently, because that is a lot
That
of
is
money.
$20,000,
Yep.
and that is a good use of $20,000.
Wow.
But yeah, that's a cool as hell car.
ECFI. I love it.
Yeah, that's really, really, really good.
Wow. Okay, so the people that are just listening, this is like salmon. It's like a flat salmon paint. There's no sheen to it almost at
It is
all.
no, it's a single stage salmon orange.
Yeah. If you picture a 1970s supermarket parking lot, this car is in it 80 times.
No, this is so like whenever anybody says, "Oh, the Chevette sucks," no, the Chevette does not suck because that is the same car as the
But
Chevette.
the Chevette doesn't have this powertrain, and to
no,
me,
but this will directly
that's
bolt
what
in
makes
with.
it-
Hey, how's it going? This will bolt in with no modifications,
But how much is that powertrain, though?
but probably $20,000.
Yeah, exactly.
But
so what? Do you know the details of the engine? I'm very curious.
yes, no, I, of course I know the
Well,
details of the engine.
I
love
was
the-
a stupid
let me-
question.
Isuzu.
Two-wheel drive, 3-door manual transmission has not been repaired.
It is an eight. It's an 8-valve dual overhead cam inline 4. Yeah, no, they're
Not even 16 valve.
No, back in the day, you would have a gigantic 8-valve.
So it's like the big old Mercedes
Yep.
280.
Just
or-
like that,
yeah.
but a 4-cylinder version.
Okay.
I'm just, I don't want to misquote anything,
Does
so
it
I'm
flow well.
Yeah, actually. So
Very,
it's called
very good.
the G180W. And so it was over square, is 84 millimeter bore, 82 millimeter stroke.
Okay.
1.8 liter.
Oh yeah. But it sounds pretty spicy with some ITBs
Yes.
on it.
1 second here. I'm trying to find the specific.
God, look at that early
Horsepower
80s
spec.
plastic. That's amazing. I'm sure it has one of those like hot air diaphragm idle control valves on it. I definitely see that AFM. It looks pretty restrictive, but how many? I mean, what does make 100 and?
So it's 110 horsepower
That's pretty good.
and 101 pound-feet of torque.
Man, for
in
the
that
era.
stock specification. In an era where a
1.8?
Corvette made that.
Right. Yeah.
Power.
A 1.8 in 1980.
Yeah, that made that much power while passing emissions. It had a cat on it and everything. Like, yeah.
It had a blue valve cover.
Yes,
In
that's-
1980.
Yep.
That is like more than 10. It's like 20 years ahead of its time.
No, this car's cool as fuck. Like, this is, like, whenever anybody dunks on the Chevette, because, like, look. That's a Chevette.
Yeah.
You take the trunk off, and that's a Chevette.
That's a Chevette. Like,
Yeah.
the front end.
Look
is
at the
just like-
door. Like, literally, the doors are interchangeable. Like, the doors, all the glass is interchangeable. It's a Chevette.
yeah,
We
I
got
immediately noticed
We
that
did
was-
receive this as the first generation iMark, but we only got the non twin cam version and the diesel version. So you could get a turbo diesel of this.
Oh, that's
In America.
interesting. Weird.
Yeah, and it was quite powerful. The
All four cylinder though.
yes,
Okay.
all 4-cylinder. Let me look at the diesel. So the 4FB1T. Wow, that's a name.
I know exactly. It's 4 cylinders. It's fuel injected.
Yeah.
It's B, and it's the first.
It
T.
made 73 horsepower and 120 pound-feet of torque.
So still 1.8.
Yep.
Just SOHC.
Just single cam
Okay.
turbo diesel.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's
I
pretty
thought that
cool.
was the gasser. You're talking
No,
about the turbo.
that's the
diesel.
turbo diesel.
That
So
is
actually,
a lot
the turbo
of
diesel
horsepower.
was pretty good.
Yeah, that for a small displacement
Like,
diesel.
imagine getting a TDI Jetta in the same year. That
How
you
many
could get that.
thousand miles to the gallon did it do? I
A
wonder.
bajillion.
Yeah. Well,
And it revved to 5,000 RPM. A 5,000 RPM turbocharged diesel sounds awesome.
oh, my 190D revved to 5100. I'm like, oh yes.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool.
Very good.
Yeah, no,
Very
this is a very cool vehicle. Also, that engine eventually made its way into my favorite Indian vehicle, the Hindustan Ambassador.
We have talked about that one ad nauseum.
Yes. I almost added that to my top 15 90s cars.
It has such a 60s name, but it is so not a 60s car.
It looks like a 60s car, but it's not. It's just not.
Speaking of things that look like 60s cars, but they're not, have you seen this
want
little
that.
baby Land Cruiser boy that's
I-
coming to this country that is designed to take on the Jimny?
Get out of here.
It's coming here in 2024.
I still want to get an apartment in Mexico.
Well, no, this is going to be sold in the United States.
I know, but I still want to get an apartment in Mexico.
Well, yeah, because then you could have a Yaris GR and
A Jimny.
a Jimny. Jimny, I mean, let's be real. The Jimny comes in metallic green and it's a Jimny.
Yeah, but this comes in. This is a
mean,
Golf livery from the factory,
I
which is
mean,
great.
I mean, this probably will not be offered with a manual, so that really sucks. So the Jimny is better, but like
Okay.
this is pretty good.
This is better than Corolla Cross.
oh,
I'd
it's
rather
so much
see
better than
this
Corolla
because like
Cross.
they're not phoning it in on
Oh, this one's actually electric. I didn't.
Oh, it's
even,
EV.
I
That's
didn't
even
know
better.
that. I didn't know
Okay.
that. It's,
I almost want that more than Jimny now.
look at how chunky he is. This is a happy little guy. I don't do outdoorsy stuff at all, and
No.
this has some appeal still.
No, well, this is the thing is I don't do outdoorsy stuff, but I do have a sidewalk in front of my house that is my responsibility for plowing.
Okay.
So I could just make a tiny plow truck.
You're cute. You'd be with a little flower.
Yeah, with a little tiny plow. He'd be exactly the size of the sidewalk.
I just
Go right down the sidewalk with a
so
little
happy.
tiny plow.
I really.
That's a good guy. I love him.
Yeah, I don't like SUVs, but like little chunky retro. I don't know what the hell that thing is, but back to the Land
No,
Cruiser
it looks
real
great.
quick.
I love
Oh,
it.
It's so good.
I'm here for it. The compact cruiser EV.
Yep.
Yeah,
It's so
that should
good.
be a thing.
So good. It will be.
And don't make it any bigger.
Correct, and don't change any of the styling because that
Nope,
looks
this
good
needs
as
to
it
be
is.
smaller than an HRV. First gen HRV. It needs to be fit sized.
Oh my god, yeah. Oh, it'd be amazing.
But if that was fit sized, I would actually buy it.
Well, that and the fact that it's electric, I even could consider it. I don't.
Well, I'm thinking because like I really don't want to go any bigger than my Fiat. A Honda Fit is the same size as my Fiat.
It's a little bit,
if-
but not by much.
Yeah. And if I could get that truck, then yeah, I would do that. So, speaking of the number 300, our episode 300, I would like to talk about the Chrysler 300. Because, the Chrysler 300 actually doesn't suck. Historically.
Well, we're not talking about the LX platform one.
We are talking about all the other 300s, so because they all fucking ruled. And there's a reason that they brought it back twice.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll let you tell me about this.
In 1955, this went 125 miles an hour at Daytona, which is, at the time, was a top speed record for NASCAR.
1955?
That's when it was still a homologation car, where you still had to make the factory car. If you had a car at NASCAR, it could only be built from parts that are available for that specific car at the dealership.
Wow. Okay.
So,
did this have a firepower in it, or
yeah,
okay.
this had a firepower in it. So
I really like the first gen Hemi.
They're very cool.
Way too heavy.
Yes,
but
also really funny thing about first gen Hemi people. Within the hot rod world,
yes,
Hemi people are the problem. They've always been
Mopar.
If you read old hot rods from the 50s, they talk about guys that put a firepower in their car and they just think they're the hot shit and they make everything unsafe for everyone.
Is it the Hellcat swap?
Basically.
Of 1955.
Yeah.
Great.
No, they would just be Chrysler. Mopar people have always been the problem. I will always say is I love Mopar. They make every era of cars, there's always one of my favorite cars has been a Mopar product.
All right.
I drive a Mopar product. I love Mopar.
Kinda.
But yeah, no, I do. It says Mopar in the windshield.
I know.
I drive a
Fiat
Mopar.
Bought them, and the only reason it says Mopar is because they had to make the parts in this country.
Yep. And there you go.
I have a
fine.
Mopar thingy in my
Do you know
glass
how many
too.
times Chrysler's been purchased?
Mopar or no car?
Yeah.
Oh my god. I
They've
don't
been purchased.
even want to know the answer to that question.
But
it's a bunch.
Yeah.
It's a
several
bunch.
times.
More than Lamborghini.
They have dodged bankruptcy like the Trump corporation. They have been always on the brink of just complete failure.
Oh my god.
But anyway, so yeah, they kicked ass in the 50s with NASCAR. I mean, they were the first 125 mile an hour car. They made 300 horsepower when the Flathead made 120.
If even the late flat. Oh boy. I don't know.
No, 120 was the absolute peak of the Flathead for the highest horsepower you could get for a big block Lincoln Flathead was about 120, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
I forgot about the Mercury.
Yeah, because they made a slightly larger one for trucks and Lincolns. But yeah,
they were tall deck or something, and nothing was compatible.
No,
so they're super undesirable.
Yes. So yeah, this one it actually went the speed record for the Chrysler, the first generation 300C was 126. 127.
And it was the second car ever produced.
Yeah, serial number 2. It went 127 for NASCAR. Incredible racing pedigree on that car.
Wow, it's so ugly.
Yeah. No, I mean it looks the era. I love it though. 50s cars, they should absolutely look like they're AI generated.
Well, this one does.
They were so wild.
It's
just make whatever you want. That's what they were doing. It's just making what they felt like.
The styling in 50s and 60s Mopars has always been so wonky.
That's what I love about them.
The Polara, that car was so.
Oh, the Polara was super weird. But so anyway. The Polara is actually a variant of the 300, funny enough, just made for Dodge. So in the 300, that was Chrysler's full-size version of the Dodge cars, like the Polara and stuff like that. If you click on the second link that's in there, I wanted to show you the incredible instrument panel that was on the 60 through 62 300. This is called the Astrodome instrument panel.
That's a great name.
It is a 3-dimensional instrument panel.
That's YouTube.
Scroll down. Just plenty of photos.
There we go.
I like this one because that gives you a sense of...
Open image, new tab. Then I can show the people. All right.
Yeah.
This photo is probably from eBay in 1996, but here we go.
This is a 3-dimensional instrument panel.
Is that actually domed glass too?
Yes.
That is
so that is a quarter of a globe. So you have your speedometer, and then you have your temperature, fuel level, oil pressure, and amperage.
What's the red light in the middle?
The red light in the middle is your brake light. And then down here, you had your little switches on the side.
Oh, I thought those were like connectors that were behind the dashboard.
No, those are your switches that you pull to like do like the defroster and the air vents and everything.
Wow.
Yeah. Really cool.
That's
That
pretty
sticks
cool.
out about, so for reference, that sticks out about a foot from the dashboard. The entire
Crash safety is very important to these
the
guys.
entire steering column was that. It was that, and at the end of that, you had like a little like area is about 4 inches long, and then the steering wheel.
Not the 50s.
And
were wild.
that 4-inch area was for the column shifter, if you had that. And I say if you had that, because throughout the 70s, you could get a manual option on the full size 300 non-letter cars.
Yes.
Yeah, like I think it was like up until like 75 where they just dropped it because they were like hemorrhaging money. They couldn't afford to make it.
Chrysler always made really good financial decisions. We already know this.
But it's like if it actually looks gorgeous. Like for a land yacht,
Much better.
Like that looks really good.
Much
for a land yacht was the 71 300. And actually, a lot of those Malaise era like land yachts really got a bad rap for the 74 plus front ends.
Yeah.
Because they're mostly
Bumpers.
designed to look like this.
Sure.
And then they're like, oh, by the way, you need to account for a 5-mile-an-hour crash bumper.
When? 10, 20 years?
No, like tomorrow.
6 months, actually.
Yeah, like you need to do it now.
Well, we don't have time to redesign the car.
Oh, you need to figure that out. Yeah. So, so starting in 62, they went to the non-letter 300s. You can get them as hardtops, 2-door, 4-door hardtop, and a convertible. I love the idea that you could get a 4-door hardtop because that'd be a pillarless 4-door. In 62 through 64, you could get a 383, which is fine, or a 413 cubic inch, which is a 6.8 liter.
413 is a
It's
big
a
block?
different engine. It was a mid-block. It's called the RB.
I've never heard of that.
Yep. So the 413, you could only get a 3-speed with it, manual or automatic. They're both 3 speeds.
I'm sorry. Was it a column shift?
I hope so.
Was the transmission just left over from the war?
No, 3 speeds are actually a thing.
Well, I know, but like,
no, the 4-speed, like the Muncie 4-speed, was
Yeah.
a big deal.
right, but like 4-speed manuals were not all that uncommon in the 1950s.
You might want to look at that because
Well,
the
I only-
4-speed is optional.
In domestic cars, fine, I don't
Yeah.
know, but I'm saying the rest of the world had 4-speeds in the 50s
yeah.
and 60s.
Well, these are also cars that were making 300 horsepower in 1955. So when everybody else is, maybe like that's how much horsepower Ferrari made.
Monteverdi
Actually,
high speed.
wait a minute. I think actually,
Oh man, what recent car event? It was an auction. No, it was a car show, and it was like Monteverdi. It was their
I was
featured
looking up-
mark or something.
I wanted to look up. All right, so for comparison, so you can understand how bonkers 300 horsepower is. The Ferrari 250 Europa in 1955 made 200 horsepower. So this made another 100 horsepower on top of what a Ferrari would make.
Well, yeah, look at a Hellcat versus like a 458. I'm like, it's the same thing.
Well, the thing is that at that point in time, that wasn't just like a 458. That'd be the equivalent of the F40. That'd be the peak Ferrari that you could get.
But
made
still,
200
a
horsepower.
Mopar that a
Yeah.
subprimer can go to a dealership and buy has
Yeah.
700 or 800 horsepower.
Yeah, would you like
the
your
same as
yeah, it's exactly that. It's just totally bonkers. And then later in the 60s, they moved on. I think you would actually like the 65 through 68 cars because they look really good for being large land yachts. If you go back to this and scroll down a little bit further, scroll down one, we're almost there. Back up. Side profile, 4-door hardtop.
That's a terrible photo. It
But-
looks like a Lincoln Continental.
Yep, but it's unlike a Lincoln, it had a 440 cubic inch V8 and
That
a
is a big
4-speed
block. I
manual.
know that one.
And a 4-speed manual.
very
and
good.
That giant machine.
Is it a floor shift?
Yes.
That is
That's
so weird. I
very
like that.
cool to me.
See, that's the Charger Hellcat they never gave us.
Yeah,
The
that's
Challenger Hellcat with a manual we got.
that's insane. And also the 2-door was even funnier because the door on a 2-door is the size of a Beetle.
Yeah.
It's just like insane. So
I like the period reference. It's good.
It's just so finally in 69 through 71 you went back to only having one displacement option. You had 2 different engines that made that displacement. You had a 440 cubic inch RB or a 440 TNT V8.
The TNT is the big block, and the
yeah,
RB is a mid block.
So you could make between 335 and 375 horsepower, and all of them made between 460 and 480 pound-feet of torque.
Is that gross or net horsepower?
Doesn't matter. It's enough. It's plenty of power.
And this is all through like a 175 section bias ply, I'm guessing?
Oh yeah,
Okay,
yeah. No,
great.
That's
going to put it down.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, finally with those later cars, they did eventually kill the manual option for running out of
I see
just
that.
literally running out of money.
Torque flight only.
Yeah. But they still gave you like spoilers and hood scoops on it as an option if you look at that Hearst two-door hardtop, which is the dumbest combination of things. Integrated spoiler and a hood scoop. On a land
Mopar
yacht.
had the best colors, though.
Oh, yeah, and they had silly names.
Oh, yeah, like Grabber Blue and Plum Crazy Purple and...
They had a yellow car called Go Man Go, or Go Mango, because it was mango colored. Green was called Sublime.
That's so good.
1968 Chrysler, or Dodge color codes. Dodge. All right, let's look here. Because their names were hilarious back then.
I only knew about like Plum Crazy Purple. Go Mango I didn't know about.
Yep, the Charger Red. 1 second, I have to...
But honestly, like the sheen of that paint job for how old that car is, that's the thing I really noticed most about like older, especially domestic cars. Like the paint finish like wasn't shiny. Not until very recently.
No, because these were single stage.
Right, but like, you can make a single stage shine from the factory even, but like they just didn't bother because they knew nobody was going to take care of it.
Yeah, no, you just make it bigger.
It's what we're already paying for.
Are
More paint,
you really
okay?
going to polish a half of a city block? No. You're going to paint it, and that's going to be enough. So they had Bahama Yellow. Then let's see here. Cordovan, which is just a nice dark red. Cream Code.
Cream Code?
Apparently.
Okay.
Penny Orange. Light Turquoise.
Those aren't fun.
No, they aren't. Rally Green. There we go. Now we're getting into it. Sorry, I'm just trying to find it. Let's try Plymouth Barracuda color codes.
Yeah, what the heck? I mean, I'm sure we only hear about the ones that we really want to hear.
No, most of them. Like, I'm trying to find the correct one.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Oh, here we go. Found it.
All right, lay it on me. What do we got?
We have it waiting to load. Give it a second.
Waiting to load blue. Got it.
Yeah. Limelight.
Okay, that's good.
There is Black Velvet.
Ooh,
yeah.
So we could have cake shaped.
Sunfire.
Sunfire. Okay.
Spanish Gold.
I should have just called it Jewish Racing Gold. Let's be real.
Oh, don't worry. They also had Sand Pebble Beige.
Sand Pebble Beige. Got it.
Blue Fire.
What?
Blue Fire.
Not to be confused with Blue Flame.
Scorch Red. Honey Bronze. Bronze Fire. I told you, they get into some wacky names.
Mopar people are the problem.
I'm telling you, man. So, yeah, they had all sorts of different crazy ones, and they would change them year by year.
Of course.
Every year, they had different wacky names for them. So, yeah, no, Chrysler is really, really good at marketing.
Paint codes aren't interchangeable.
Yeah, no, they're not interchangeable. They sometimes are the same color, but they would just give it different names. But, yeah, actual letter cars, like Primoy's letter car, also, they did kill them, the letter car.
They're talking like the C?
The 300s. They killed these when they had to do emission stuff. So, literally, like 1973... or 72 actually, when they first were being told about that. Yeah,
2 years.
That's when
before
they changed the name, because the 300 cars, like if Chrysler's putting a 300 on a car, it's gonna be cool. So until recently,
I was gonna say, what about 2005?
What about the 90s? Because the 300M.
The 300M did have an interesting variant, but the base 300M was not an interesting.
There was an interesting variant of the 300M. What was it?
There was a package in like the last year of production where it had like performance seats and it had like good wheels and had like exhaust tip, like dual exhaust.
What?
Yeah.
I'm looking this up right now.
Yeah, because I remember that. Like
99 through 04 300M.
I think it was like the last year of the 300M. They had some trim level or package on that car where it actually had like, it looked like 04 Cadillac treatment. of a car, like where they put big wheels on
Yeah.
it, and like, it was black, and it had like interior
Oh shit!
refinements.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what it was called, but 2004.
Yeah, no, it was. They had 17-inch chrome wheels. It only came in terrible colors.
No, you could get it in like. Oh wow, no, that's not it.
Okay, not what you're thinking of.
No,
'Cause
they
you-
definitely made like a good 300M special.
Platinum series, maybe.
Huh.
I'm not seeing anything about there being a good 300M. Maybe.
Oh, it was this thing. I don't know. Yeah.
Oh, okay. No, that actually looks cool. That looks a
I'm
hell of a lot
guessing
better.
They sold like 5 of them,
Yeah,
probably.
I'm sure they did. Yep.
But-
and those are definitely 17-inch wheels. Yeah.
Yep, and it had like different
Okay.
body kit stuff, and the interior was done up a little bit better. But like the back end actually looked. It had like dual rolled tips on it. Like it was interesting. They did not change the engine at all.
Oh, of course not.
300M special. That must be what it's
Oh,
called.
okay. There you go. Yeah. So, no, actual 300s pre 300M were great. So
there it
you
is. Yep.
go. All right, there you go.
Just don't buy that. It's a horrible car.
If you find one for free, hope that's
Another longitudinal front-wheel drive
Yes.
platform. So stupid.
Awful vehicle.
I hate it. All right, moving on to Brexit, because why not? I scrolling through topics as I do, picking things that are relevant to my interest. And as you know, 3-pedal cars are relevant to my interest.
Yes, they are.
I now really wish that the UK had not gone through Brexit, so I would have more reason to spend time over there, because apparently 92% of teen drivers have manual cars.
good.
I don't exactly know why
I
that's the
genuinely
case, but
think that should be the case in America as well.
it has to be due to insurance, right?
I'm telling you that you cannot text on your phone and drive a manual at the same time
Correct.
and live.
And if you
Like,
can, then you're really good at driving.
yeah.
And
It's just
I'll
like,
pictures, but-
back in the day, like Jeremy Clarkson said,
There it is.
that James May is no good at soccer because he doesn't care about soccer.
Yeah.
You are no good at driving if you don't care about driving.
If you have no interest in driving, it means you're no good at it. And if you're no good at it, it means you should have your license taken away. That's what Clarkson said, and he's
Actually-
unfortunately right.
Sometimes Jeremy Clarkson is right, and I hate that.
He noped into it.
I hate when Jeremy Clarkson's right sometimes.
I know.
But I've also agreed with him historically. Wow, that's great.
92% will get a manual, but 98% used as well. So it has to be insurance, because insurance in the UK is ludicrous for early drivers. It is insane. I mean, it's bad in this
I
country.
was doing the math on
It
the
is bad.
percentage I'll get electric and percent that I'll get manual. I was like, wait a minute. And I had to think about that for a second.
Right? It's like, oh, so
Oh, God. So basically, it's either manual or electric.
right. There's a 4% gap where somebody's getting a automatic,
Automatic diesel.
or gas.
Yeah, gross.
But 92%
Oh, yeah.
of
Good.
new drivers
I'm happy
manual.
about that.
I'm like, just it warms my heart.
Well, speaking of European things,
Yes.
we were talking about between episodes why the new Beetle looks weird. And that's because it was actually meant to be based off the Polo.
Oh,
And then in the 11th hour, they switched it from being the Polo. Because if you look at this, that makes a lot more sense. Headroom versus seat.
it does indeed.
And then 11th hour, they went, the Polo's going to be a little small for the U.S. market, so they switched it to the Golf.
Yep.
And they just made it bigger.
And the question, we did not really pre-talk about this because that's the point of the
Yeah.
show. But
Yeah.
I'm like, is that why nothing interchanges from a Mark IV?
Yes.
And you're like, yes.
That is exactly why. And actually, there is a lot of interchange, weirdly enough. It's
yeah.
Basically, what they did is they treated the Mark IV like a skateboard, where it's just the floor pan, and then the engine and the suspension.
Yep.
And that is what fits.
Like all of the accessories and all the crap for the
Everything
engine does
else
not work.
Does not work.
But you're
yeah.
right. Like suspension and brakes do
Yep.
fit.
Modification parts do. You can make a new Beetle very fast in a very comical way.
There's a silver 1.8T Beetle with like an RSI bumper locally that makes like 700 horsepower. Thing's awesome.
Yeah.
Great.
That's correct. You're
great.
right.
Yep.
When I worked at Good Karma, when Bill would like make cars for his kids,
Yeah.
like he'd just like throw like some random hot rod parts he'd find like in the dumpster together, and like
A hopped up
he's
yellow
like,
TDI Beetle with the flower pedal wheels is so interesting to me.
yeah, no, like Helen, his daughter is like, she used to have it, she doesn't anymore, but she had a yellow, with the color line wheels where they had the colored
Oh, yeah.
inserts.
The 1.8T cars.
Yeah, the 1.8T. But she had, it was a 1.8T. Had I think a Remus exhaust on it, and it had like a chipped engine computer because that was the engine computer he had like up in the loft.
It was a Gaiac tune probably
I
from
have
back
no
in the
idea.
day.
Yeah, probably.
That was the early company that did the TT 225 Flash.
Okay, yeah. So it's
Yep.
probably that because it was the 225 TT engine
Yep. Yeah,
flash, and
Gaiac.
it was like a Remus exhaust on it, and like
It's
a
like
new speed
stupid
intake.
that it's cool, but like it's good.
No, it was really funny because like Helen's like looks like just like normal like Gen Z like
Sure.
hipster girl, but no, she's actually really rad. And so she was trying to like sick Beetle.
It's a cool car.
Yeah,
Like,
and now she's got like a chipped like Mark IV Jetta, right?
Oh my,
That was like
mighty.
it was like grandma's car, and then
Sure.
like she got it from grandma. And,
You work with what you got, right?
yeah, and
That's
then
why
Bill's
people,
like, do you want this the engine computer? She was like, sure. All right, there you go.
it's an 05 ES330 with a TRD supercharger.
Yep.
That's what that is.
That's basically what it is. Like, but yeah, we were talking about why the new Beetle looks so strange, and that's why
They were gonna have an integrated exhaust in the bumper, and they didn't do it.
They did.
No.
They did.
No. They had the dual downturn tips. They didn't put an exhaust in the integrated in the bumper fascia. Man, I should really put ad blocker on this computer.
I think you're wrong.
I don't think I am, but I've been wrong before. Wow, I've actually never seen the concept photos of this car before. Wow, all glass roof. That would have been a great idea. I can't believe that was 94. They showed that concept.
They were sorry. We were both wrong. They were not turned down tips. If you look at
TDI was, but I don't know.
if you look at the new Beetle S Turbo, it's like the 2002 Beetle S Turbo or Beetle Turbo S. Sorry, saying it backwards. The one that had a front mount on it.
Oops.
Not videos. We want images.
Definitely want this. All right.
And then if you
So it had twin roll tips under. Gotcha.
yep, that's what it was. Yeah, but it was a lot closer.
Oh, those wheels are awful.
They look really good on the Jetta because those are the Jetta wheels that's on Helen's car now.
Okay, on the Jetta, fine.
They
but on
go
the
real
Beetle,
real hard on a Jetta.
That ain't good. Let's see. Beetle RSI. I think that was.
Yep, that was the
hot
VR6
I
one. Yep.
really like how that looks.
Yeah, that's quite good. Those are hideously expensive.
Oh, I'm sure they're insane.
Yep. Hideously, unbelievably expensive.
The 1.8T is the one to have, but the TDI is also very interesting.
You know, I'm not gonna lie. If I were to ever like get a water cooled Volkswagen, it'd be a new Beetle. Like
All of them are gonna have caved-in rocker panels.
I would get new Beetle turbo convertible. Why not? Sure, it's not gonna be good anyway. So
Oh
okay,
man,
convertible,
what a hateful car!
convertible new Beetle turbo.
And they probably sold a good deal of those in manual. So
Yeah,
the 1.8T
with the manual 1.8T,
1.8T is
five valves per cylinder. Yeah.
It's a good engine.
That would be really great. Or you could get the like second gen new Beetle with the 5-cylinder.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yep, those had a huge take rate
The
for
late
manuals.
ones of these you can get with the 5-cylinder.
Yes, you could. Yep.
That blew my mind when I saw
Yeah,
the
no.
timing chain monster 5-cylinder in one of these. You cannot work on it at all.
No, but they can take a shitload of boost.
Oh yeah, well if you keep a chain in it, yeah, it's fine.
No, the chains are fine.
I thought the first year one was really bad.
2006 only was the only problem.
Yeah, but isn't that the only year these got that engine?
Yes, but they're all 100% interchangeable.
Oh, okay, good. So you can fix it.
Yeah.
Ah, very good.
Yep, they just redesigned the chain guides.
That is wild to me.
Yeah.
When I saw that, I'm like, there's no way this is a 2.5.
Yeah, no,
And
the
then you open
2.5
hood and it's
fucking
like,
rules.
The front of the engine is like you can't even see it
Yeah.
in the hood opening of this because it's so not supposed to be there.
Yeah, no,
It's incredible.
it's basically it's a 5-cylinder. It takes the exact same amount of space as a VR6, and it's got closed deck. It's really,
I know the block
really
is-
good. It's an insane block. Yeah,
There are the RS3 isn't based off that, but the Euro just before we got the RS3,
Yes.
the Euro 5-cylinder turbo is that engine
Yeah.
with a better head on it.
it's really really cool. They're awesome. Like I never talk nice things about Volkswagen.
No,
but
we were
here I am.
dunking on Subaru just like we dunk on Volkswagen, but they have done a couple of interesting things.
No, every broken clock's right twice a day. So I will
mean,
not.
look at me.
I will say, like, whereas, like, I love Mopar for how stupid and bad they are, Volkswagen doesn't do enough cool things for me to love them that much.
No.
They're not as endearingly bad.
That whole goodwill we were talking about Toyota,
Yeah.
they just never built that up with
No.
Volkswagen. So they do Subaru things.
And then they just be Volkswagen.
Right? Volkswagen's their own terrible entity.
Like, they were good before they put a radiator in anything. And then the radiator ruined everything. Yeah.
That would have been a better title for the episode. The radiator ruined everything.
Probably, yeah, if it wasn't the 300th episode.
Well, it is what it is.
But I also really wanted to talk about Chrysler 300s on episode 300.
No, I understand, and we're going to roll with it.
Yes.
We'll have other episode opportunities.
So what is this?
I want to talk about the fact that I told people from the get-go when Tesla released that Cybertruck that it was not possible to sell it. And now we have pretty much proof because the release candidate vehicle that was just spotted looks pretty much nothing like the Cybertruck concept.
That looks awful.
Because they had to shrink everything and adjust the dimensions because it wasn't legal for U.S. roads.
Yeah.
It was too big. Now, what does that look like to you? It's a Model X with like some sheet metal stapled to it.
That looks like a significantly worse Tahoe.
It looks so bad.
Or like a significantly worse Silverado. Yeah.
It looks so bad. And it has like real mirrors. Like this is like the 90s concept car to reality thing. This happened to the Cybertruck. This looks terrible.
It never looked good.
No, it didn't. But like it doesn't even have like the quirky factor anymore. Like the Aztec concept looked terrible. The real Aztec looked terrible, but it was interesting. This just looks
That's just
terrible.
annoying. I'm sure Piss Chugs will.
Oh, he's going to love his
Yeah, I'm sure he'll get one.
whatever that is. That's awful. I don't want to see that anymore.
Anyway, so now we're going to talk about, for the rest of the episode, is once again the time where I get a email from my boss's boss saying, what's your favorite 15 cars at work? And I don't know what they're doing with it, so I overthink it a whole lot. And so I asked Eric, and I wanted to have Eric's take on it. So we are going to rank for episode 300 our top 15 1990s cars.
Looking at these lists, I'm not surprised in either one of us.
Yeah, no. So let's
Number 3 on yours. God damn it.
did you want to start with yours or mine?
Let's start with your first, and we'll just go back and forth.
So I guess I've got two lists.
Sure,
here.
that's fine.
And I'll have my second list. I'll do last.
Yeah, we'll do this.
Should we do entire lists?
No, let's do 1, 1, 2, 2,
Okay.
3, 3.
And then I will do my second list after we're done with both of ours.
Okay.
So for my first place, 5th gen EG Civic. I did this on purpose. I could have easily just made a list that's just 90s Hondas.
Sure, because they
And-
were really good.
Literally every single thing that they made, I could find 15 cars where it's just 90s Hondas.
Oh, crap, hold on.
You forgot about 90s Honda? Yeah.
Yep.
There you go. 99.
So good.
That's EM1's technically a 90s car. So
Yeah, it is.
yeah, so mine. I did the 5th gen Civic, the EG. I said 5th generation Civic because that encompasses a lot of very good cars. Like, yeah, you had your normal like EG hatch.
And sedan.
Well, as I say, like you had the EG hatch, you had the Furio, which is a sedan, which is the one I imagine you would want, is because you get a Furio SIR.
Oh, yeah.
So B16 Furio, yeah, you want that. You totally want
And then I'm
that.
going to ruin it with the K-Series, but yeah.
No,
so
no,
good.
you just keep it with the B16 because it's a B16 that revved like $8,000.
I know it's a fantastic engine.
Yeah, no, it's literally the one that was before the Type R. The best one that you could get was the Furio EG.
Was it a C1?
I have no idea.
I was going to say, I don't know if it's a GSR.
I think it was a B16A something. I don't know.
Gotcha. Well, either way, the B Series is a
Yeah,
tremendous engine.
it was the EG B16A. I think is actually what it's called.
The fastest Civic isn't a K, I don't think. I think it is a B.
Yes.
Yeah.
Currently.
Yeah.
It could change tomorrow.
It could, but they're all so freaking fast.
Yeah. No, it'll be. Given our 10 years, and they'll be faster than top fuel dragsters.
Well, we figured it out, guys.
Yeah, we figured it out. So this is how you make your front wheel drive car do a 3-second quarter mile.
Well, I mean, a lot of them are all.
The thing is like there's the front
I
wheel
know
drive
there is a front wheel drive
leaderboard.
one that is faster than the all wheel drive one, but
Yeah, no, the front wheel drive leaderboard is all faster than all wheel drive because
I thought that recently changed.
no, there's a single all wheel drive Civic that is faster than like the 10th, 9th, and 8th fastest front wheel drive cars.
Huh.
Yeah.
All right.
But no, because they Civics, how they are fast is they back half. They like the initial launch they're
Right.
getting down. And that's how they get so much faster. Like always, it's always been like 2nd through 5th. They're just blazing fast.
Yeah.
So that's where it comes from.
I want to see that guy that has the J swapped front wheel drive Civic, but the engine is like fully in front of the transaxle because the weight on the front
Oh,
like,
that's
made
a
it
whole
hook
thing.
up
Yeah,
better.
people do that
That's
all the time. Yeah.
incredible.
Have you seen the one in town? Is that the one you're talking about?
No, those are still transverse. I'm talking a longitudinal
Oh,
mounted J.
no, the Transverse J series cars are hilarious.
Oh, no,
'cause it's
because you
just
can't run a hood.
Well, no, you do. Like he has got a hood. Like it's really nicely cut out of the hood.
He's got part of the hood.
It's like a shaker hood they basically made.
Yeah.
But like
I've seen that one on Hot
you
Sauce
can't
Tuesday.
not run 12 seconds with that. Like that's literally what you start with. Like
And like a crappy J32 that's been unopened. Like
yeah, that's the thing. Is
12s.
you start with 12s and you go from there.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
JEGs are ridiculous.
I love that. So yeah. Also the Del Sol was an EG, which is
yeah.
great. I love Del Sols. Like
I hated those until I realized from you that they came with B series engines. I'm like,
yeah,
oh,
it came with B series
that's way
engines.
better.
You could also get a trans stop. Do you know what the trans stop is?
I do not.
Control T, Del Sol trans stop. Trans stop's one word. Yeah, you want to make sure you do it as one word because otherwise it'll send you to Pornhub.
I don't want that.
So there you go. It is a servo that removes the target top for you and puts it in the trunk. Is for some reason not available here. Like, why on earth would you not have that be in America, the land of comfort and convenience?
What the heck?
I don't get it.
This is like a better Ferrari California.
Yeah,
No,
basically.
Super America. That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah, no, it's literally.
Because
It's
all
cool as fuck.
I did not know that existed. Oh, whoops,
Yeah.
I wasn't even capturing that.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Yeah, no, the Del Sol trans stop exists. There you go. You learned something new about 90s Hondas. So that's why the EG is my firm number one pick.
All right.
It's just everything that was perfect about the 90s summed up in one car.
No, it's probably the best overall Honda.
It was the peak of Honda.
Yeah. If you think of Honda, you think of an EG.
Yeah.
'Cause
Because like
it's
the EK
good.
was like, it was good. It was OBD2, which is, but like, they didn't have as many cool trim levels on the hatchback. Like, yeah, they had the Type R, but like, the EG, you could get like the SIR, you could get the VTI, which the VTI was a single cam VTEC ZC, which still made like 140 horsepower. Like,
Well, I know like the D6, the Z6 I think head was like
the Z6 head is
absurdly
still
good.
incredibly good. Yes,
It's like probably the best flowing single overhead cam ever.
probably it's up there.
The
Like
Z6
for
is a
for
great
a 4-cylinder at least. Yeah.
All right. My
Anyway.
first pick is much more boring, but it is the first gen Acura NSX. Specifically, like
Yeah, the NSX
early
was
3
also
liter.
no. The NSX is the reason that Ferrari sucks today. Because Ferrari was absolutely just having a circle jerk with Lamborghini resting on their laurels, and then Acura came out and just made basically a very fast Accord.
Yes. A really good looking fast Accord with rear wheel drive.
Have you ever had the pleasure of driving an NSX? They're great.
Blake has one. I don't know why I haven't driven it. But
You absolutely should. I drove Peter Cunningham's, and
he dailies it in the summer.
it is it's a fucking perfect car. But that's the thing is like I don't like perfect cars.
I know, and this
Like
is
that's actually why it's not on my list at all.
Camisa did a fantastic piece on this car too, and like I get it. Like,
Yeah, no, it's too good.
but it's why we have the 355.
No, it's why we have the 355. It's why like supercars are livable today. Like because like the 355,
to
the
be.
355 is like a shit. We have to be better than them. And like okay, good. We're still faster, but we're worse to live with.
The
And so then you
348,
got the 360, and then you got the F34 or 430, and whatever the
458.
I don't care about.
488,
Yeah, I
and
don't
now
care.
it's like
I just don't even care anymore. Yeah.
tell me what a modern like Ferrari is in that segment. I can't tell you.
I don't know.
I have no idea.
I don't
I think that's
know,
the
or do
Roma?
I care?
Like
I don't care.
it's got a name now.
Yeah,
This is
no.
like Lincoln and stop it.
Nope.
Stop it. Anyway.
No, give me the displacement of one cylinder. That's the name.
Correct.
That is how the name should always be on Ferraris, and then I'll be able to make sense of it. Like, yeah, like I know what the 212 is. Like, the 212 is a 50s car. Like, come on,
It's a very small cylinder.
it's a very small cylinder. Yeah. Like, so anyway, my number 2 is going to be the Renault Twingo
Merci.
because it's a perfect car. The
so
Renault
happy.
Twingo, you put it on the screen. The Renault Twingo is.
I'm surprised we don't even have it in the.
We don't actually, weirdly
We
enough.
used to.
We used to, but I think we change it every year. So, there we go. Yeah, Darren's got one. Yeah, they're great. They're perfect. They're adorable. They're
Also,
best interior.
I was gonna say this is like the epitome of the transit fabric seats in the 90s too.
This was like, you know, the EG is just like mechanically like everything that's great about 90s everything. Also is my own personal choice that the EG is just like, it holds such a place in my heart.
Well, they're good,
The Twingo represents everything that is the 90s. The Twingo is to the 90s what the DeLorean is to the 80s. Where it is like the quintessential, you have one vehicle that can sum up the entire decade.
Yep.
And it, like, more than just the car, what it sums up. Like, this just sums up like the amount,
ethos of 90s vehicle design.
yeah, well, no, just 90s everything.
That's true,
This
actually.
is just the ethos of
It's a
90s
lifestyle.
design. Like, it's an entire lifestyle. And, like, the meme format of the car, it, like, sums up what the 90s is, where it's just like, this is the future right here, right now. All those...
Right
every concept of every industrial design that you saw for the entire preceding decade is now your subcompact daily driver city car. Like, I love it. It's so good. And you can still get like a carburetor, I think, which is just like also sums up like another very 90s thing. Whereas like when we considered 90s cars, like everything was so high tech. Like, dude, you had a carburetor still on base models. Like,
and even on like the very expensive Wagoneer.
we were still trying to figure out like what the correct form of EFI was. Like GM, GM could not get.
So what if
grasp.
we put like a clean water fuel toilet on top of this engine?
Yeah, like how about we? What if we did? All right, we're gonna do port injection, but we still want to keep the TPI manifold. So instead of having the fuel injector have one, you have one injector, but that injector goes to a spider valve. And the valve is a fuel distributor. It spins in a circle based off fuel pressure. And then that will distribute fuel as a port injection from one injector.
And let's cut some cost over
that. Was a real life thing that they put in the Tahoe.
I am well aware of the spider injection. They put it in the 6-cylinder cars too.
Yeah,
the early
bad. Not good.
Early Vortec 4.3 in the boxy Blazer had that.
Bad. It's everything
it's
not
like
good about a car.
Kugel Fisher made by GM in the 90s.
Yeah. Luckily, the Twingo didn't have any of that. It's just pure happiness, and it's just a good, slow, fun car.
I also adore the Twingo. I picked as my number 2 pick the E39 528i.
Yes.
Because that car was engineered by people that worked on cars. And it had the world's most reliable engine, the world's most reliable 5-speed manual transmission.
Did you want a car that's fun to drive, reliable, and comfortable?
Literally everything. Got tremendous fuel economy, super fun to drive, extremely reliable.
It's a slightly bigger E30. Yeah, E30 basically.
Basically, yeah.
It was a
520. It's a perfect car.
Yep. No, it's a perfect vehicle.
But it's not that interesting.
Number 3 for me is a Seal's favorite car, the Suzuki Wagon RRR. Bring it up on the screen because it came out in 97. Just 1997 Wagon RRR, or just Wagon RRR. I love that if you look for a first gen version,
always the Gran Turismo
it's the Gran
picture.
Turismo. But just
all of them are Gran Turismo.
1997 Suzuki Wagon RRR.
This segment is going to take forever if I pull up a photo of each car.
Well, we don't have to, but like this is a car where it's like really cute and like look at it.
That's a Wagon R. This has to RS.
That's a RR with
this is
aftermarket.
modified.
Yeah, they're all modified because people love them. Wait, scroll down. The model car right there.
There we go.
That's the cool one. The Suzuki Sport.
Wow.
Yeah, they're great cars. It's a tiny van. That's actually. I'm sorry. I really want to get a K van, but like when the Fiat's paid off, the Wagon RR will be. It is actually currently legal to import.
Or in every R Turbo, whatever it was.
I know, but like, do you know how much I love this car?
I sure do, because it comes up a lot.
As much as I want every turbo
RX,
RZ, whatever. They made so many different versions of it. And every turbo. Because the name's stupid. The Wagon RRR is also a stupid name.
that rolled together. The Wagon RR.
That's also a stupid name. So, yeah, they're great. Perfect vehicle is the Wagon RRR.
Speaking of another perfect vehicle that's maybe a little bit less charismatic, but the Camry Coupe V6 manual.
Perfect.
What a weird, good vehicle.
Yes.
And you never see them.
Nope. Yeah.
It's just like the 528. Yep. It's like, it is not, it's not bad in any way, and therefore it's not like, it's never going to be at the top of either of our lists.
Yeah.
Because it's too good.
No, it is, that's mom's NSX.
Yo, 100%.
Yeah, no, that's an attainable NSX. I may go ahead and tell you
God.
right here, right now, that the Suzuki F6A engine and associated aluminum variant, the K6A, will show up several times in this list.
Interesting.
So my next car will be the Mazda AutoZam AZ1.
That car does come up quite a bit in
Yep,
modern...
it's a Suzuki Cappuccino with gull-wing doors.
And it is slightly faster.
Yes, because it's a little bit more aerodynamic, and it's
Also, I think they probably sandbagged down the power numbers a little bit more with the AZ1 just because of how it looked.
both of them. They had the same power, except the same
Really?
engine thing. And also, Robbie did confirm that the thing I told you about with the speed limiter.
The don't cut here wire?
Yes.
Ah.
Literally, Robbie's like, yeah, no, I absolutely cut that.
First world anarchy at work here.
She was like, I immediately cut that. It made it so much more drivable on the highway. And it didn't throw any codes.
Do not cut here.
Yeah,
Federal issue
absolutely do
with
not cut
Japan.
here. All right, what's on your list?
I'm going to be basic, unfortunately, but another great car,
Yes.
the R34 GTR.
I almost put, I don't know what I would have put. Probably a R30. The thing is,
I thought about that when I was going through
I
this.
think about the R32 GTR V-Spec 2-in-1 is the one I would have done. Because that's the one with the halogen headlights. That's the racing homologation model.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a very specific car where they had, yeah. But, I mean, as much as I love the Skyline GTR, that would be car number 16 for me because there were some weird and or wonderful cars that I really needed to, like...
And it's very flawed.
They all are. But,
Anything with an RB26 is not actually a great car.
They are great, actually.
No, the engine's got a lot of very big problems.
They are. But this is the thing. You make enough power at 6,000 RPM. It goes to 8.
Oh, I know.
Have you ever driven one?
No, God, no. I've never driven any GTR, GTST, or GTS, or whatever.
Fuck, they're so good.
I'm sure
They
Dave would let
are
me drive
NSX.
hers, but-
They're NSX good.
I mean, I have an S54 A30 M3. There's no way it's better than that.
The amount of power that you make with that car, you feel like you're making so much.
Oh,
more
I'm sure.
power.
The sensation of speed and something that's made.
Well, the thing
out
is
of a tin
like
can.
you make an oh shit amount of power, like
In a Mr. Brown can.
Well, yeah, but like the thing is like when you're driving the car, like I made sure to like make sure I was like in the mindset of what this car would have been like. I drove hips pow around the block beforehand, like because I'm like I need to drive a normal '90s car, like so I drove hips pow around the block the first time because well that's the thing is like I genuinely needed I wanted to like.
Your litmus is now
Well,
established.
I had to, like, I established my litmus. I had to, like, make sure I'm like, okay, I'm driving a right-hand drive car, so I know to shift with this hand, not this hand. So I'm not, like, I don't power shift into, like, back into first. I have to buy myself a now blown up R32.
Oh, yeah, because GTR manual transmissions are very cheap.
Yes. Exactly. So I drove it, and it's like, so I'm like, I left a stoplight, and I'm like, I need to get into the left lane, so I stepped on the gas. I'm like, oh, fuck, all right. I looked down, like, to shift.
Right, and you
And
saw
I'm
the
like,
tack was like not
the tack
even
was
close
like
to
nowhere.
wrapped.
I'm like, what?
First time I
So
drove an E90 M3, I was shifting. I was
did
like
a U-turn. I went down to like Pierce Butler, where it's like nobody's back there, and I let it rip. I'm like, Jesus Christ! Like first gear, I let off at 6,000 RPM because I was busy looking at the traffic. And I looked at where I was. I was like, oh shit! All right.
There's a lot more revs here,
I'm like, okay.
especially for a turbocharged engine. It's
Yeah.
just weird.
I'm like, all right. I'm gonna do this again, but I'm just gonna go until it hits a rev limiter. And I took it up to rev limiter. I'm like, fuck.
Also, very high revving straight sixes sound
Yeah.
amazing.
Like it made plenty of power, and then it kept going. Like there is, so everybody complains about how R32s are terribly expensive these days. Because
To qualify, we're talking about a GTR
Yes.
R32 generation.
well, even a non is still hideously expensive.
But we're
for
not
what you
talking
get.
about a Volkswagen
Yeah.
R32.
Yeah. So they're like 50 grand for like a normal one these days. Not like top rank. It used to be like 30. That's a fair price.
Sure.
They are absolutely worth every penny of that. Everything that you want out of a Porsche, a GTR gives you in a much better package. So that's a great car. I get that. Yeah.
I should have probably chosen a GTST because it's way more up my alley.
No. You would really like.
But I picked it because of its technical excellence.
No, you would really like a GTR. And actually,
I want an RB25, not a 26, and I like rear-wheel drive.
I think you would.
Well, actually, I know it. What's the for the four-door?
I've not driven the 34, but I've driven a 33 and a 32.
Yeah.
I prefer the 32 over the 33.
I could see that.
It's just a little bit lighter.
Yeah, well, yeah, and that's.
But I really think if you should really get next if you ever get the chance to drive a R32 or 33 or 34. If you get an R34, great for you. But like a 32 or a 33 GTR, I would absolutely recommend that you get the chance to drive that because it's one of those heroes that you want to meet. Like they're really good.
I'm sure they're good, and to your point, the values kind of tell the story.
Yeah, they're like really well balanced too. You know how like a S2000's like super good? Like I hate S2000s.
It's a terrible car, but it is a good car.
But you know what I mean? Like it's a perfectly balanced vehicle. Or like a Boxster is just a perfectly balanced vehicle for what it is. Like despite being terribly underwater.
You have to.
Or your Ferrari is just a perfectly balanced vehicle.
It's not. But I love the Ferrari because it's terrible.
But no, balanced for like driving dynamics. Mm-hmm. It is a perfectly balanced car in factory form. Like, I don't get the concept of modifying them. Like, I get why you would. Like, yeah, you want more power.
You already have 276 horsepower.
Yeah, but like, I get people want to modify them. They want more power. But like, no, that car is just
good,
perfect. Like, that's a car where I would feel weird wrenching on it myself. I'd take it to a shop.
I acknowledge how good they are, which is why it's on my list.
Yeah, they're really, really, really good.
You won't find any 36.
So I'm gonna go to the other end of like weird fucking stinky cars.
Okay.
Suzuki Swift GTI.
I do like that.
Specifically, so this one you have to bring up a photo of because it's another weird.
We just covered it last week.
Suzuki Swift GTI though.
Yeah.
The GTI is specifically based off of the generation of Metro we got.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
We got these here.
Yes, we did.
But
they're
again,
great.
we covered this
that.
last episode.
But now that I'm talking about this, it is one of the greatest 90s cars because it is the 1.3 liter.
There's our 90s photo.
Yeah, there you go.
Beauty.
Yeah.
That was taken in when it was new.
Just a great car. I almost bought one, and I'm glad I didn't because it wasn't the right car at the right time. But like, fuck, it's such a good car.
I've actually had an opportunity to buy one of these as well as a 323 GTX when they were really cheap. I know, I probably should have done that, but I didn't. It was in college. I don't need that. I was looking at like Miatas as winter beaters. I was doing all sorts of weird stuff.
There's things you could do in like 2010.
Oh yeah, it was $1,000.
Here's my NA Miata
with a hard top, $1,000.
Yeah,
like okay, all right.
Yeah.
But okay, Swift GTI, I get that engine is fascinating. In fact, we'll cover this at the same time because it's on both of our lists.
Nope. I'm going to show you where it is on mine.
The Isuzu Vehicross.
That's your number 5.
It is my number 5, but these are not in any particular order for me.
Oh, okay. Mine are ordered.
Okay, mine are.
Yes, mine are actually ordered.
Okay, mine are.
And so, no, the Vehicross is a perfect truck. It's automatic, which sucks. But, like, it is so goofy. Like,
well, it's got a 4-cam. 3.5 liter V6 in it, made by Isuzu, so it's good. It's got a Momo steering wheel. It's got Recaro seats. It had 20-inch wheels optional on it, factory in the late 90s.
Red leather interior option.
Mm-hmm.
And the Iron Man edition.
Dude, it makes no sense. I hated these so much when they came out because they were so ugly, and now it's one of few SUVs
I always loved them.
I did not.
So I loved it because you get in Tokyo Extreme Racer 2. And I'm like, this is such a weird truck. Why is this in here? And then I like did a bunch of research on it in like 2003 when that game came out. I'm like, oh shit, that's why this truck's in here. That's a cool truck.
It is, and this is one of the vehicles that's on our list because it's bad.
So number 6, actually, they're really good off road.
Sure.
The automatic actually aids that.
You can't sell me on it.
I know, but like, no, the automatic they put there on purpose.
But you could get the rodeo with the manual, and the transfer case ratios make up for it. It's fine.
Yes, no, but the automatic was more robust, and it would handle going back and forth and lurching to get over rocks better than the manual did back then.
I'll break 50 manuals.
That's why. So there was a specific purpose for that. But that's when you could put an automatic into a vehicle and make it better, because it was technically like, okay, it makes sense. But like nowadays, it's not cool anymore because everybody just does that.
It was never cool, but I understand the reasoning.
Yes, there's a reason behind it. Now, I don't care what your reasoning is.
I don't care what your reasoning is.
Like it's, but anyway, number 6 is a Suzuki Cappuccino. I'm putting that behind the Swift GTI and way behind the AutoZam because as great as the Cappuccino was, and still is to me, I have a very hard time paying that much money for them these days.
They're not cheap anymore, yeah.
No, like, I should have bought one again. These are a lot of cars I should have bought.
It's just like it's a more pure NA Miata.
That's why I want to get a Wagoner RR instead of getting my stupid
before they get way too expensive.
Because that actually will get expensive.
Correct,
because they're actually good.
It's actually a rare car,
yeah.
too.
But no, the Cappuccino's cool. I like the Swift GTI more personally. And the Swift GTI I like more because that came to us. Nobody bought it because nobody did any research on it. It predated the Fast and Furious era, so it was just like they got rid of it. Also, they got sued by Volkswagen of America because they used the GTI term. Because that's why GTI exists in Europe, but not here. Is Volkswagen of America trademarked the term GTI here, but they weren't able to in Europe because everybody was calling things GTIs.
And I think there were other manufacturers that also used GTI
Yeah.
at the same time or before.
It meant GT injected.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
oh man, so many companies use GTI.
yeah.
It was incredible.
And the Suzuki Swift for 1 year only, 1991 was a GTI. After that, they switched it to the Suzuki Swift GT.
Great.
Which is
Thanks,
fine.
Volkswagen.
Yeah.
You ruin everything.
No, they're so cool as hell though. And I just wanted to throw in how great the Metro is as a whole. So anyway, what's your next one?
My next one is the Saab 9.3 Viggen because we choose bad cars that are worse, but they're better because of how terrible they are.
That's fair. No, that describes it.
Talk about
That is the last gasp of Saab being relevant.
Yeah, and it's an awful car. It's so bad, but it's rare. It looked really good.
Yeah, it looked cool.
And talk about sandbagging on power numbers with early turbo cars. That thing made so much more horsepower than they claimed, and it was still a 70s front wheel drive platform at that point.
Mm-hmm.
So it could not cope with the power.
No.
The transmissions were made out of glass. The engine sludged like crazy.
Yep.
But it was sold in blue. Had giant Momo wheels on it from the factory, and
You can get a convertible version.
you could, but don't ever do that.
No, if you want the worst possible one.
That's true. If we're talking about cars that are relevant because they're bad.
Yeah, that's
there you
it
go.
right there. I have another Suzuki, believe it or not, on my list.
This isn't a Suzuki, it's a Red Bull can.
It's a Suzuki X90. Why would I not want an all-wheel drive Del Sol?
Those were all-wheel drive?
Yeah.
I thought they were front-wheel drive.
No, they were sidekicks.
Oh my god.
Oh, no. The X90 is very stupid. So
It's the dumbest thing
it's
ever.
really dumb because they replaced the family truck. Their bread and butter. You have to think about this. The year's 1997.
That's
you have
when SUVs started exploding.
You have the Suzuki Sidekick, which was the quintessential family truck. It was a small crossover. Who the fuck wouldn't want this? And they're like, you know what we want? We want to make it a
two-door, two-seat.
I want to make it a 2-door, 2-seat sports car with no trunk space that's all-wheel drive, lifted, and can't do sports car stuff because it's all-wheel drive lifted. But it's still going to get the fuel economy and the power of a Sidekick.
And
but
the
it's
handling.
It's in the handling, but it's going to look like a Del Sol. And it's going to have the everyday functionality of a Del Sol, but it's going to be an X90. Also, it's going to be more expensive than the Sidekick.
It's a JDM SSR.
It is the dumbest fucking vehicle I've ever seen in my life, and I love it. I just love it so fucking much.
Another thing I hated in period, love them.
I loved them in period
I'm sure
because
you
they
did,
were
Ryan.
Red Bull trucks.
Yeah, I get that.
They were the original Red Bull truck.
I know.
I love them.
I know. You find one now that hasn't been owned by Red Bull as a corporate title, you're doing something. That's a one-owner car then if it hasn't been owned by Red Bull.
I want a Red Bull X90. No, actually, I can't find any Red Bull X90s. They're impossible to find.
I'm sure not. They're probably desirable because of the ownership now.
You cannot find them, though. They never come up for sale.
Is it because they're all privately owned, or they all just got driven into the ground and scrapped?
That, I imagine.
So all X90s are now very expensive. That's what I'm hearing.
No, they're cheap.
No,
They're actually cheaper than Sidekicks. Because they're useless.
Well, but look at an SSR. It costs way more than a Trailblazer.
Yeah, but shit, I kind of want an X90. That's a really dumb truck. I love that.
Since we've been doing this show,
Jana's wanted one.
I know. We've talked about it with Jana a lot. So
yeah, we found it. The only
one.
one we were able to find was a automatic rear-wheel drive one, which is the worst option set.
Yeah, rear-wheel drive would be fine with me, but automatic.
Well, no, the whole point of the truck is to have four-wheel drive because the thing is, a rear-wheel drive vehicle, is good when it handles better for being rear-wheel drive.
Oh, that's true. It would actually
No,
improve its
this
driving
is literally
characteristics.
the exact same truck, but they just removed the front axle and like they might even still have a transfer case, with just a plug on it. Like that would not surprise me for being like Suzuki, where it's like, yeah, it's cheaper for us to make one transmission and one like output seal for the
That would
transmission.
be hilarious if there was a 2-speed
Just
rear-wheel drive.
just a block off plate for where the shifter is.
Right, but
And
they still left the internals of the
yeah,
case in there, so you could actually
totally.
still gear it down. That would be
Yeah, no,
wild.
I imagine they probably just have a block off plate. Like it's really dumb. But anyway,
All right.
what's your next one?
Next one, Audi RS2 Avant.
That's fair.
Hear me out. Wagon.
No, it's really good. Like the RS2 Avant is actually very good.
For some reason, they were sold here.
Yeah,
it was the
5-cylinder.
only 5-cylinder turbo good manual thing we could buy here. You could get the URS4, but it wasn't as powerful,
Yeah.
and it didn't feel special, and it wasn't limited run. So the RS2 Avant is actually a really cool car.
That's pretty cool. So you said a Mazda 323 GTX.
I did.
Wanted to say it's the successor of the GTR, and that's one we have to bring up on screen because that one,
Mazda 323.
it's not the one you're thinking of.
323 GTR.
It is
Oh,
that
what
body
the
style.
heck?
Yep, same engine, same drivetrain, but that is the all-wheel drive version that we got. Giant fog lights
Well,
on it.
GTX was all-wheel
Looks-
drive too, but
yeah,
this is great. It's a
But this
hatch.
looks way cooler. Open
does.
mention new tab.
I'm working on it.
There we go.
Oh,
That looks cool as hell.
wow.
That's the
standard
mid-wing it came with.
323 was so bad, but this is so good.
Yeah, it came
Dude,
with
that looks like an Audi 90 with Mazda badges on it.
It's freaking sick. I love this car.
That's
That is just so.
the fact that we never saw those in period here.
So after the GTX was like
Yeah.
an abysmal failure, they never brought this one here.
Oh,
But they brought it to Germany, so you get a left-hand drive one.
excellent.
Yeah.
As long as they're cheap still.
They are. All the 323 GTRXs,
Yeah.
relatively cheap.
I don't understand why nobody cares about them because as far as I
glass
can tell, they're
transmission
okay.
is-
Oh, all right. Well,
Yeah, the
finding
transmission
parts for that might be tough.
impossible. Yep.
Impossible. Sorry, I had the wrong word.
Beyond tough.
That's not how you want to hear a food review or when you're searching for a car.
Yeah, no. That's,
All right, three,
you
three, two,
describe
Oh
part
my
sourcing and
God.
stakes.
I want to talk about the single most reliable vehicle ever produced by mankind.
Type in AE 102 wagon, particularly.
Nah, I'm just gonna type in the bar.
Corolla?
Corolla, whatever. He corrected it automatically.
Hey, right there. Fitment Industries, right there.
No, I want this one.
I want that
No,
Fitment
no.
Industries one, man. It looks so
Nope.
cool. It's a DX as well.
All right, there we go.
We had
so,
one come through at work, and the boss's boss was like, "Hey, does anybody want to write a Corolla?" Like jokingly, I'm like, "Give that to me right now."
Yes.
And I'm like, I was so upside down on like, I had 15 cars I had to write that day. I usually write 5. I'm like, I will take on 16 and get them all done takes. I'm the one writing that car. And when I wrote that listing, I got everything. I nailed everything on it. I'm like, I told you exactly who made the wheels. Like it was, I just crushed it. I'm like, it's a 4A FE. And the associate editor is like, are you sure? I'm like, yes, it's a 4A FE. He goes, how do you know? So because Carfax says it's a 1.7 liter.
Oh, that's right, because the 1.6 was the twin cam. That was the 5
Yeah.
EFE.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's
That's the one I would want.
Yeah. I'm like, no, it's the 1 point, it's the 1 point or the 1.8, whatever one it was. It was the one that you put the 4A GE hat on to make the big powerful one.
Yeah, it'd be the
Yes.
4 EFE.
4A FE, yeah.
4 EFE.
4E FE.
Yeah, because then you can put the
No, it'd
4
be
AGE
A.
head on it.
No, be A. Because 4 is the generation,
Oh, you're right.
A is the family, F is fuel, is gas, E is injected.
Yes, correct. I was
Yeah.
wrong. But anyway, this generation of Corolla, the 94 to
No,
97,
no,
whatever.
that's great.
They are,
I hated those cars in the era.
they're so good.
But I absolutely could not stand them until I saw a good one because every one I ever saw was stinky. So that's why I wanted you to go back and go to the photo from Fitment Industries.
Yeah, but it's my pick, not yours.
I know, but this is the thing is, click that one. Just you don't have to go into it, but like, or that one right there is actually very good.
Well, it's white, so that's, and it has Momo wheels on it.
Yeah. Also, they made a hatchback version. They're just it's such a
And
good car.
we could get a wagon here too, which is great. But
Yeah.
I picked
There
it
was a guy in
because
town that had a wagon with a 2ZZ swap.
that's weird.
Yeah.
Why would you not do a 5 EFTE?
He did 2ZZ out. So, for reference, he also had a convertible.
Is he Puerto Rican?
No.
Oh.
Hmong.
That's wild.
He also had a convertible, like, flip-up headlight 90s Celica
Weird.
with a V6.
Terrible
a
car, but
supercharged
that's
V6.
cool. All right, that's pretty cool.
So he just
loves hateful swaps. I
he
gotcha.
had weirdo fast swaps. Like,
All right.
Yeah, well, how do I make my car faster than a B16 EG?
But still using Toyota parts.
in the weirdest way possible. Yeah.
A ZZ series swap in that's not easy. That's like putting a K in an EG.
Yes.
Like it's tough.
No, it's a huge pain in the ass. Yeah. No, it was a very cool car. Oh, but TRD 2000 right there. Click that one. Go. That's the one you want. TRD parts on an A100 Corolla.
God, it's got like Infinity G20 wheels.
God, I love that. That's so good.
But anyway, that is one of my picks. Just again, most of mine are just like actually good.
All right, so this next one, I had to think of a car.
Oh my god.
That summed up the front-wheel drive sports cars of the era, because that was a huge thing in the 90s. Was front-wheel drive sports cars. And I'm like, what is my favorite one? Is the one from Thunderbolt, the one that had the like 1.8 liter V6.
I was so heartbroken about this car when I finally read into it.
Mitsubishi FTO.
I know.
Oh,
But
I knew all about it. I still wanted it.
I saw this car as many we did Gran Turismo. Anyway, the back end of this car, it looks tremendous.
The front end I love all the car.
But it's front wheel drive.
I know.
When I found out it was front wheel drive, I'm like,
it's front wheel drive and V6. It is stinky. But no, I love that. That's perfect. Like, this car perfectly sums up that weird front-wheel drive sports car thing of the era, where it's like you want a sports car, but you also want front-wheel drive because front-wheel drive is better, because that's what Car and Driver said. And so you get your front-wheel drive FTO. Just a weird car.
It's way better than a Corolla.
It's also a super high-revving, really small V6.
I know.
It's such a weird car.
There are aspects of it I really like. And we've talked about this car at nauseam too in the past.
Got riced out so hard in the UK. Because, like, do you know how well this takes, like, a Vader-style body kit?
Probably. Oh, it's basically sold with it.
Yeah.
So.
People just lowered these and put 20s on them and called it a day. You're good. Like, there's one right there. Like, yeah. No, these got riced out so hard. And they were like, yeah, exactly. Like, they were like the car, and that one, the Versus kit, actually.
I'm pretty sure Veilside actually just made a Vader this style car, and like Mitsubishi's like, can we just sell that?
Yeah. No, that's.
Yep.
That looks really good. That's actually, I'm pretty sure that's what that kit was designed for.
Oh, and then it got adapted to other cars.
It was like this and the 3000 GT, but like you put this next to 3000 GT, and it suddenly all makes sense.
If this car was rear-wheel drive or all-wheel drive, I would really want one.
I still really want one, even being front-wheel drive.
That's for you, and I just differ, but that is fine.
But no, that's the thing is you've always like actually liked cars to be good.
I know, and our lists kind of show that too.
Yeah, I appreciate a car for weird.
Don't worry, my next one is not good. It's a Z32 300ZX twin turbo.
No, that's objectively a good car for the era at stock power.
It's a fantastic performing car.
Nope,
it is not.
It is a fantastic car for the era at stock power. Until you attempt to service it or modify it.
That's what I mean. Just living with it or servicing it
deal
or doing
with it. Yeah, any of the above. It's also a Nissan, so it ages like milk. Yeah.
It's 1990. You buy a new Turbo Z. You go to Jim Wolf Tech. You get the JWT 396 kit. You have fun for 6 months. The rest of your life is living hell.
Yep. Oh, you don't forget the Stillen body kit too.
Oh, of course, and the Stillen body kit. Oh,
Stillen body kit. I love so cool.
Stillen is the best tuning house name ever.
Yeah, they're great.
Stillen.
I got another Mitsubishi.
All right.
I had to put two on here.
What do you get?
Evo 3.
Oh, yeah.
I had to pick an Evo from the 90s because they were the perfect 90s car. And the Evo 3 was the original Mirage rear end with the big body kit. It looked the coolest. Yep. This was also in Thunderbolt.
And it still had all the good mechanical bits.
All the cars from Thunderbolt could just be, you could just do a list of cars that showed up in the Jackie Chan Kung Fu movie, Thunderbolt, and just have a perfect set of cars.
This thing is so trash. I love it.
No, those are actually quite good.
No, I know, but it is.
I just love
the car itself is actual garbage.
Oh yeah, no, I love it.
It's fantastic.
Rear wiper on a sedan. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Also, that should just be a thing.
Yeah, tasteful body kit. I don't get why you have a rear wiper on a wagon, not a sedan. You know, the thing with the canted back window. Why do you not have a rear wiper on there?
It's actually more likely to be needed on a sedan or a coupe than a wagon.
Yeah, you need that. Rear spoiler, OZ wheels, like these are really good. I love them a lot. So
I do like the pre-Lancer Evo.
Yeah, and I like that Evos like of this era were like aspirational. Like you could like, unlike the STI WRX these days, Like, you can't make an Impreza into a STI WRX. You could make a Lancer into an Evo. You would spend as much money as buying an Evo, but you could feasibly do it.
At Modest last year, somebody had done that.
No, that was
or was it actually a
front-wheel
genuine?
drive. That was a front-wheel drive one.
Oh, okay. But it had all of the Evolution body stuff on it, at least, and it was extremely well done.
No, that's actually my friend Lucky's car. So he had
very
his
nice.
EG stolen several times. He said, fuck it, I'm getting a Mirage. And he got that.
It's a really nice car.
Very cool.
I really like that car.
Yeah,
All right.
really cool.
My next pick
If
is
you looked close, that car is actually a two-door.
I didn't look closely.
Yeah.
The hood was open, then I went around to the back.
It was a Mirage Coupe. Yeah.
Very cool.
It's a Mirage Coupe. It looks just like a normal Evo, but then you look at the two-door. And actually, the Mirage Coupes had, similar to the Camry, stronger body structure.
Well, of course.
That's why they made it.
Most of them do. It's
Yeah.
only BMW that somehow got that wrong.
Yeah.
Made the
And
sedans way stronger.
that's why you hate two-doors.
Well, they're made terribly in BMWs. Yes. But yes,
Like, for
BMW.
me, I'm like,
yeah.
I like Accords. Why? Because they're lighter as a two-door. Like, they're significantly lighter as a two-door.
Yeah,
Like,
BMW got it wrong. But
G35s?
that's perfect because I prefer how they look.
G35s, like, they were lighter as a two-door, stronger as a two-door, but the four-door looks better. Like, yeah.
It is
Anyway.
what it is. My next pick is my first car, the SW21 MR2, second gen.
I don't know what my 10th car was. You turned that into 100s.
I did that?
Yes. I did not do that.
I don't have that in my clipboard, so...
Oh, dear.
Oh, maybe
You
I do.
Control.
Oh, no.
Control Z. Control. Oh, okay, it was
Ah.
EVA 3. Thank God. Okay, Control B.
Wow. There
There
we
we
go.
go. All right, good. I was a little worried.
SW21 MR2.
Okay, and I did the Via Cross for my number 12.
Perfect. And
Yep.
then since we're on that track, I also picked the third generation MR2 because in Japan, where they were sold but not popular, those did start in 1999. So
There's also a number 11 that was deleted. What have you done to my list? I don't know what was number 11, whatever. No, that's fine. Don't worry. No, it's fine. I don't care. I don't even care anymore.
I did not. There just wasn't a number 11.
There was a number 11.
Well, not anything I deleted. I just went back all the way.
That's fine. Don't worry about it.
All right, so after the Vehicross,
I had the Toyota Mega Cruiser.
all right, we're going to have to Google that one. Toyota.
You don't know what a Mega Cruiser is?
Nope.
That
That looks like an LM002. What the
It's a
hell?
Toyota Hummer. Are you ready for what weird fucking engine this is?
Is it a...
You are correct. It is a gigantic four-cylinder diesel non-turbo.
That is definitely the thing I was going to
Yep,
say.
that's what you were going to say. Look at the inside.
This is
It's literally a Hummer with a four-cylinder.
This is an
It's
H1.
great. Yeah, it's H1 with like a 4.7 liter four-cylinder. It's an insane engine. It was a
Is it a diesel?
Yes. It's a gigantic diesel engine.
This is a really awful vehicle.
I love it. It's so stupid.
Why did they make this?
Because they had to make a domestic Hummer for the Japanese self-defense force.
Does it have portal axles?
Yeah. It's literally a diesel Toyota-made Hummer with all Japanese parts
Wow.
for the
How much do
military.
these cost?
More than a Hummer.
Oh, I'm
They
not
are
interested
hideously
then.
expensive because they're so stupid.
Oh, yeah.
They make more power than a Hummer, too.
Well, early Hummers made no power, so I believe you.
Well, yeah, but this is the thing is these are a better off-roading vehicle than the Humvee, the American version.
I believe you.
By making one in Japan, it had to be like better.
Oh my
so
God.
they did.
Let's get rear steer.
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah, they only made like a couple hundred of these for civilians. They're so cool. Yeah.
This is the H1 Alpha made by Toyota.
Yeah, basically. And then you could also, there's a SAM missile launcher that you can get in War Thunder. That is a Toyota Mega Cruiser with a SAM launcher on the back. It's the
so
fastest vehicle in the game.
I hate that so
It
much.
can go like almost 100 miles an hour. Because they could.
Wow, so they were geared differently too then, I'm guessing, right? 'Cause,
No,
like,
they just had an extra gear.
the AMG... Oh,
They
okay.
had an overdrive because they have
Oh,
Japan
right.
has highways everywhere.
Well, the later Humvees have a 4L80, so
yeah,
those have overdrive.
It's just like that. Yeah.
But like those are they
That's
top out
actually-
at like 80.
Yeah, no, so these, it was a dual range transfer case. Yeah. So, because, well, the thing was, it's like, Japan can be invaded from the north, from the south, from the west, and they have to be able to move them quickly, so they had to be able to go highway speed. So, yeah.
All right. So of course they improved it. It's like the Harley Davidson. It's like, oh, this is broken. I guess I'll fix that.
Yeah, no, they just made a better version of it. They're very good.
All right, my next pick,
Barchetta.
the Fiat Barchetta.
Those are good.
I'm not sure if they actually are good, but they're really pretty.
I don't care. It's good.
Cool.
It's a convertible. It doesn't need to be good. Look at that. Look how happy you are driving that machine.
And it's a front-wheel drive convertible. Like, why would I pick that? But, I mean, it's adorable. Nobody's ever going to be mad seeing that or being in it.
No,
so.
it's a convertible Twingo, basically.
Pretty much. Yeah. That should have been a Renault.
Yeah, no,
I mean,
that's really, really good.
him.
This is really good. It is like Fiat in the 90s were very underrated for being as like cheerful as they were.
So good.
Plus
they were sold in ridiculous
I
colors.
almost put the Fiat 500, the 90s version.
Oh my God.
500 on my list,
car.
but I love it. It looks like a normal car, but it's great.
Yeah, like it's just like a bigger Panda.
Basically, yeah.
Interesting.
I have the Axiom Megatrack.
All right, I'm just gonna have to copy that because, oops.
Control V,
it's
Control B. It's Control V.
I had to do all of the above actually. Oh, what?
This is a you know those tiny little bitty French vehicles that you don't need a license to drive?
Yes.
That's Mega, Axiom Mega, and so Axiom Mega, in addition to making those, made this. And if you're wondering what the hell this is this is all-wheel drive.
Okay.
It can go off-road.
I see that.
It is also a supercar. It is also.
It has Audi 90 taillights.
Yes.
That's throwing me for a loop so much.
If you want, it is a massive.
How have I never heard of or seen this?
I'm shocked that you've never heard of this. Because if you see this next to like, there's their other car that they made.
I want to know more about this.
Huge. Yeah, no, it's
a
90s supercar 4x4.
It's like a rally fighter mixed with a Jensen Interceptor.
Yeah, and I'm trying to, if you, so take click that X. And then
it's V12?
scroll. Yes, scroll
it's
down.
An M120?
Yes.
Oh,
scroll down and see if you can get a photo of it next to a normal car. Because they are, there we go. Look at the scale of that vehicle. That's the size of a Tahoe.
That was really big.
This is a massive vehicle. So yeah, its name is called the Megatrack, and you can see that it is indeed mega. And it is made by a brand that made the tiniest cars. And this was their only large vehicle they made was the Megatrack. It is dumb.
Why?
I don't know.
Oh, there's finally the M120 shot.
I have no idea why this was made.
Wow, mid-engine, backwards-mounted
Yep.
M120. I guarantee it's using like a Lamborghini all-wheel drive system and transmission because nothing else is going to work with that. Well, I kind of want that.
That's quite good, isn't it?
That's terrible, but that's why it's awesome.
It's really good.
It's awesome.
That
it's
is
not good.
That is the greatest. I couldn't not put a 90s supercar on my list. I couldn't live with myself if it wasn't a 90s supercar. Well, that's the thing. Is like because the 90s supercars is like that was the peak. Like
it's the peak of hypercar.
That was the peak of like.
Oh,
the
yes,
F40 was still.
the
F40 was still technically. They made that in 1990.
Yeah, but that's based on a 288. It's the
you had
NSX thing.
You had the F50.
Oh,
you had the McLaren F1.
Yeah.
You had the Jaguar XJ220.
Oh, whoops.
You had the Mercedes CLK GTR. Yeah, you really fucked that one.
Whoops.
Like everybody made like the Viper existed. Like
nobody can afford a McLaren F1.
Yeah, but like every good Porsche for the most part. Like they made there was
that's true. The 993 was in the 964 was
Nissan
in there.
R390 they made on the road.
Yeah.
For a road going version.
Man,
like
the 90s did a lot right.
There were a lot of good supercars,
but,
and that's why I had to put the Megatrack. Because I had to think of, I have two supercars.
But that isn't a good car. It almost certainly isn't a good car.
Okay, that's fine. Can you tell me with a straight face that a Ferrari F50 is a good car?
No, that should be on our list too.
Exactly. That would be on my top 20.
I know. I'm just saying all of our lists, they're not good cars necessarily, but they're interesting.
Yeah, but like the best 90s car. Like a McLaren F1 would be terrible to live with.
I bet it wouldn't be.
No. There's no way a McLaren F1's okay to live with.
I don't know. Look at how many of them have tons of miles on them. Like Rowan Atkinson's totaled his out like 8 times.
That's a good point. He also has enough money to restore them.
Which is,
Anyway,
it's important.
let's talk about your Kia.
13, lucky number 13, Isuzu iMark.
Oh, you're only on 13. That was my 14th. Oh, because you deleted one of mine.
I did not.
Okay.
For the record, I Control-Z'd all the way back.
I'm going to go ahead.
There's an edit history. You can find it.
It's fine. My 14th will be a McLaren F1, since we just talked about it. There we go. Now, anyway, you're... There we go. I put that on for you so we didn't forget it. All right, so you have the iMark.
I do.
The 90s iMark.
Correct.
Which is very good. The one that has one fewer cylinder ring to make it more good.
More performance, just not more longevity.
Isuzu needs to be represented on everybody's list of 90s vehicles.
Isuzu,
they were great.
And there's actually an entire Isuzu list, or Suzuki, both. I'm not going to dwell on this. I'm sure you'll cover more of it. But the iMark is on my list because there's something really, really quirky and cool about the late 80s and early 90s Isuzu cars.
No, Isuzu, historically, I will die on the hill that Isuzu never made a bad car.
Correct. And actually,
every single car they made, even when they made a J platform, like knockdown, the
in
Asca,
1980,
yeah, it was still turbocharged and fuel injected. Like they still made the greatest possible Chevy Celebrity,
and possibly diesel.
Yeah, like they just made like the wackiest shit. So yeah, the iMark
God.
absolutely deserves to be on your list. And so yeah, so I did my F1. So now it's your turn to talk about your Kia.
My Kia is my Lotus Elan. It's an awful vehicle, but it looks really good.
Did you know that those were actually made by Kia?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
The Kia Elan.
The Kia Elan was made for many years after.
Yes, the Lotus. Yeah, they bought it from Lotus because Lotus couldn't make it anymore.
I'm guessing the Kia Elans were better, but still not good. They're awful.
They
cars.
are all because Kia was not good in the 90s.
Terrible.
They were terrible in the 90s.
But the 1.6 turbo engine was pretty good for the most part, and it was front-wheel drive, weird, but it looked really good.
There's no good Lotus. Everybody that tells you that Lotus it makes
lots
a
of
good
trouble,
quality
usually serious.
Yeah, and also like they were a very stinky, barely functioning car company. So all right, my
Just like a TVR.
my final car on my list.
Oh my God,
I had to get what is the ultimate expression of a ridiculous 90s supercar passion project. Also, TVR Speed 12, another 90s supercar. It's great.
That was 2000s.
It was 99.
Wasn't it based on the Tuscan?
It was a 90.
Or it was the Cerbera? It might have been.
It was the Cerbera Speed 12. It was a 90s car. It's 97.
Okay.
However, I went with the more ridiculous one.
This is just like a better Vector. I like it.
The Cizeta Marauder V16T, which is two Lamborghini V8s, transversely mounted. That's why it's stupid wide, because it's two V8s put together. I don't know how the hell they did the transmission, nor do I care. You could get this until 2016. They still were able. If you asked for one, they'd make you one. It's just
How did they have parts for Lamborghini V8s?
I have no clue. But they have two sets of headlights. They have two sets of fog lights. They have two sets of V8s. Like, there's two of everything.
It's just a better Diablo because it's got more.
So Giorgio Moroder put his name on this. And do you know who Giorgio Moroder is? So he, you know Random Access Memories by Daft Punk?
Sure do.
That was all Giorgio Moroder produced. He is the father of electronic dance music.
So he's the guy that put all the intellectual effort into the sampling.
Yeah, but like, so before that was a thing, like in the 70s, he did, it's like Kraftwerk is making their weird sort of like electronic music, like we all see robots. Like that's literally one of their songs.
Right. There was electronic music before there was like house
Giorgio
music.
Moroder was the first person to make electronic discotheque music. So in
cool.
like, if you ever watched Coast to Coast AM with George Norrie's like conspiracy theory show,
Tempting.
that's on at like 2:00 in the morning on like Fox News, like radio. It's literally like the water is turning my frog gay, and now I'm hearing the
5G birds.
I'm hearing the horns of Jericho. So I've wrapped my body in tinfoil. I'm sitting inside my microwave, like things like that, like that sort of wacky shit. That's George Norrie. Anyway, his theme song is a Giorgio Moroder song because like he just repurposed a song called "The Chase." But anyway,
Oh my God.
you should Google what Giorgio Moroder looks like.
We won't be doing that because this is almost 2 hours already, but
He's a gigantic mustache and he looks like full-size Mario. And he made this vehicle.
the fact that he has ties to like early electronic like house music and that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, so he made like an insane amount of money Like he could. Giorgio Moroder has not done anything that he hasn't wanted to since the mid '80s, and nobody really knows who he is. But like if you check like album credits, he's everywhere. And so yeah, Giorgio Moroder basically made enough money to not ever have to work a day in his life in the '70s and early '80s, and since about 1985, he hasn't really done anything that much, except he made this ridiculous thing. Completely lost his shirt on it. He doesn't care. Cezetta really cared because Cezetta went to bankruptcy. Like personally.
I was gonna say I've heard of like Cezetta cars before, but
Yes.
I'm not sure if I've heard of this specific one.
Yeah, this is the Cezetta Marauder. So it is just the wackiest, weirdest, insane V16.
The stacked pop-ups are just tremendous.
So silly. So that's
tremendous.
I had to pick the most ridiculous supercar, and I did. And then anyway, I was making my list, and I'm like, you know what? I bet I could just make a list of just Suzukis. So I'm blasting my Suzuki list. It's Suzuki Isuzu, because these are two brands everybody makes fun of. Nobody can name a single car. It's cool, but I just made a 15-car list that I genuinely believe can hold up to my other list. So Suzuki Wagon-R RR is in first place. The Suzuki Kara is in second place. If you wonder what Suzuki Kara is, the Suzuki Kara, C-A-R-A, is a Mazda AutoZam continuation.
It is indeed.
Mazda lost all their money. And
This is
Suzuki,
a Bertone X19.
Yep, this is the Suzuki Bertone X19. Because Mazda had a bunch of bodies, and they're like, we don't want to do anything with it. And Suzuki's like, okay, we'll make it.
We like that. We'll just keep her on
The
going.
Swift GTI, the Cappuccino, the X90, the Impulse, because there was a 90s front-wheel drive Impulse that Dylan has, and it's really freaking cool.
Yep, I have seen those.
We got him
They
as
looked like Oldsmobiles, kinda, but
Well,
better.
we received him as the Geo Storm, which is actually a very cool car. So, yeah, you can get him like turbo and stuff like that with like Lotus handling. Freaking cool cars.
It's back to this. Yeah, it's back to Isuzu doing GM better than GM.
GM. Yeah, the Suzuki Alto Works, Robbie's Hello Kitty
Hell
car.
yes. Yep.
Perfect vehicle. The Isuzu Rodeo, another perfect vehicle. The Isuzu Oasis, the best version of the Odyssey.
First gen Odyssey,
yeah.
right? Yeah.
The Suzuki Sidekick, which is, as we said previously, just a better X90, which puts it worse on the list. A Suzuki Stylus. These look really cool. Yep. And they had go fast parts with them. Weird car life with an Isuzu Stylus.
Another Geo. This
Hack a blend in the rear.
Yep.
No, this one never came as a Geo.
Oh, I thought it did.
Nope.
Oh.
No, this is its own thing. They came as Isuzu Styluses.
Very nice.
They were sold by GM in Canada as called a Aska Azuna. Or no, wait, an Azuna something or other. Anyway, they were sold a dead brand basically by GM. But this is a sedan version of the Impulse
And
RS.
you'll notice it has the Lotus Elan powertrain.
Yes, but it looked like a Civic.
And it had 4 doors, so it's better.
Yeah, I thought you'd be shocked that this exists. That's why I needed to put this on the list for you.
No, I was aware of these, but I thought they were sold under Geo.
Nope.
So I was
No,
wrong.
you could get them with the Lotus engine, and they looked cool as hell. And then the Isuzu Faster, and the Isuzu Faster was a continuation of the 70s Pup in the 90s.
Yeah, but it's the name.
Yeah, it's called Faster.
I need that
love
Faster.
It. Yeah, so that's the Thai Faster right there. It looks great. That's perfect. Yep, that's the one I want. That's the truck I want.
So 90s.
That in the 90s is what like a Zamyad Z24 is for us today, where it's just like, hey, you made the perfect truck in the 70s, but I want one brand new today. Well, you can get one in Thailand.
Well, we got clear markers. It's pastel baby blue, and
It's got a round grille.
Yep, and integrated headlights.
Yep. Suzuki Every Turbo Aerotune.
I know what that is just
Yep.
by the name.
And the Aerotune was the aerodynamic bodywork, so it didn't tip over at high speed.
As fast.
Yeah. There you go. Cool.
Stupid truck. I love
Then
it.
the Trooper, we all know the
Yep.
Isuzu Trooper, and finally the Via Cross is 15th. That is my Suzuki Isuzu.
Suzuzu?
I made a brand called Izuki because Janet called Suzuki.
I like Suzuzu better, but
Yeah,
I like that
Suzuki.
too.
Yeah, I made that in automation, and it did very well. I took Isuzu design principles. So what is?
I just have one more, and
What
then we
is
can
what
close
is
out the
your
episode.
15th car? Your final.
My 15th is my best worst decision, which is a Volvo. Oh wait, no, it's a Lancia,
Yes,
Thema 832.
you quite badly need this. You say that you don't need this car.
It is a terrible, terrible thing.
I really think that this would be a decision that you should make.
How often would this be functional?
With you all the time. Because you have a billion other cars to drive.
True.
This would only exist for you taking to Cars and Coffee,
True.
Cars and Crafts, and the Anchor Fish and Chips.
Oh, yes. Oh, we gotta go.
It has it's got
It's a 308.
it's got an active rear spoiler.
Well, which is going to be broken.
Yeah.
Most of them already are.
You should absolutely get this.
I do love the active rear spoiler.
It's quite a good car. That's a good car to end out episode 300 on. So episode 300 was very long, but
That's fine.
it was worth it.
It was an iconic episode.
It was. So we wanted to give her top 15 cars in the 90s and talk about cool Chryslers.
And Suzuzu's.
Yes, we will see you on 301. Bye.
Bye.